We are gonna do some exercises together in R, and it is the agenda. Okay, first I'm gonna show you how this bracket structure gonna work. Also here some points that what if instead of a number we leave the space blank. For example, what if here instead of putting a number for row, I leave it empty. What will happen? We are going to check it and I'm going to tell you about that. Okay, you can see the descriptions are all here. For example, here it tells you if the row or column field is left blank or select all the rows, all the columns. I'm going to show this to you. And another point is that what if you put negative numbers? If you put negative numbers, in fact, it exclude that column, it exclude that rows. And another things about drop that I'm gonna show all of them to you. You see, when something is not straightforward and needs first you see a demonstration about that, a demo, I'm gonna do that. But some functions are very straightforward and the command and the output would be enough for you to be able to do it on your own, especially that I'm always encouraging you to reach out to me and ask your questions. So in that way we can make the best out of the time we have. Okay, we have here max as the last matrix that we made together. So let's continue with that. We have max, and okay, max, as you can see, is this matrix 275933. So I put here max brackets, and let's go for the second row, and let's go for the second column. As you can see, okay, what do you expect to result be? Second row, second column, 9. Even if you have a matrix of size 1 million by 10 million, you are gonna reference each individual element of the matrix in this way. So I'm running it and you see the result is run. Okay, let's go for the other parts. And I told you if you leave something empty, so for example, I put max and instead of putting a number, I leave it empty. So what is the part that I'm leaving empty? It is row. And I put 1. What is happening here? It's gonna show me the first column because in the argument, for the column argument, I'm putting 1, but for the rows I'm putting nothing. When I put nothing, it selects everything. So we expect the result to be a vector, that is in fact the first column. So we are gonna get 2 5 3. We expect that. Let's run it and see the results. You see, 2 5 3, and it's very good. It is being recorded because you can replay and replay and replay it if you miss any point. Okay, another point that let's do it with leaving column empty. Okay, I'm gonna put here 3. So we are going for the third row, and we are leaving the column part empty. So it's going to print the third row with all the columns. So we expect to get 3 3. Here, let's run it and see the results. Okay, now go and see what happens if we put negative number. Max, if we put negative number. If for the rows, how many rows do we have? 3. So if I put -1, it means that everything except 1. Okay, and what about the columns? Let's read it all. So what happens here? I'm telling it remove the first column. Sorry, I'm telling it remove the first row. So we should have 5933. Let's check it and see what happens. You see, 5933. Let me again print max so we have it for the other things. Okay, let's go for max and let's put minus 2. So it's going to exclude the second row, and also let's get minus again 2. Remember, my friends, don't watch what I'm doing. When you get here, stop the video and you ask yourself that what do you expect the results be, and run it on your computer, trial error, and after that check what you have here. What you have here, because in that way you are experiencing a real and deep learning that can help you to develop this knowledge, this skill. Okay, so here we have minus 2, minus 2. Minus 2 means that, okay, remove second row, and the second minus row 2 is the removing this one. So 5 and 9 are removed, and 7, 9, 3 are removed. So the only things that we will have is 2 and 3. You see, it is that way. I'm not gonna talk more about this. You can try many other ways of handling this logic to get it completely. But my friends, the last things I want to tell you is this. See, when max is a matrix, okay, max is a matrix. Let's take a structure of max. You know, this str that I put is the initials of a structure, and it gives you the structure of anything that you put here. If I put the structure max, let's see what happens. Just pay attention to the structure. It says that it is numerical, and it has 1 to 3 rows, and it has 1 to 2 columns, and these are the numbers. That makes sense. As you can see, 2, 5, 3, and after that 7, 9, 3. If I get max 1, okay, I put max 1 equal to max, I'm getting all the rows and second column, okay. When we run it, we get that. So now I say run max, and you see it is 793. 793. From this structure that you see here and from this structure that you see here, you noticed they are different. To notice it better, let me show you str max 1. You see, it is not two-dimensional anymore, my friends. So it means that now you don't have a matrix. Because see, the print here is something like this. So that's the reason we use the command drop. Okay, now I'm going to show you how that drop command works. Okay, you see, when I go for max, the printing is like this. And I also showed you the structure. You can check the structure, str. And when you print max 1, that is a single row of that matrix. You see it is like this. They are different. It is not anymore matrix. Now it is vector. How you are going to fix that problem with drop off? And okay, I'm going to show you how to use drop off. I'm going to create max 2. Okay, we have max 2. Everything the same. We go for the second column of max, but here I put the command drop. And as I have told you many times, always RStudio helps you to find the closest things to what you have typed over there. And you see drop is also here. Okay, I put drop equal to false because drop is by default true. So now I have this and I run it. Now I have max 2 that is drop false. What happens if I print max 2? At the end, I come here for run and I run it. Just pay attention to the difference between max 1. It is a simple, humble vector 793, but here you see the structure of matrix. So every command that works for matrices works for this matrix as well. So that was all these points about direct reference to individual or collective elements of a matrix. So we covered this informative slide in the demo that we just did together about this bracket structure, about the blank fields, about the negative integer number, and about the drop false. The last things we are going to talk about today is how to access a specific rows and columns of a matrix. Okay, in this slide we have max matrix, and see how we are gonna go for example, the first and third rows. As you can see, you mention it through vectors. Again, see how much vectors are important. So in the first element of the bracket, instead of putting a number, you should put a vector. So here you put vector of 1 and 3. What does it mean? Since it is here, it means that it is talking about rows. So it goes for first row and third row. What about columns? It goes for, since both of them are 2, it goes for this one, but 2 times. So as you can see, what are the elements now? 5, 2 is not, and 8. 2 times, my friend. You see, 5, 8. The other one is that instead of putting the name, you put the vector of true and false. For example, here you say I want first and second rows, and here you say I want second and third columns. Let's check it together. It wants first and second rows, so first and second rows. Here it wants second and third columns because they are true, so it goes for second and third column. So what are the items now? 5, 4, 2, 6. 5, 4, 2, 6. As you can see, the logic is here. Okay, please practice it and try to change this true to false or false to true and check the results and see if it is complying completely with your understanding. Very easily you can change them and check the results. And if you have any question, please immediately reach out to me. Thank you.